So I'm going to call the meeting to order and do a roll call. See who all is here. Jason Beebe, present. Janet Hutchison is not available today, nor is Patricia Youngman.
Oh, I am
Gail
here.
Merritt?
I am.
Oh, Patricia, good for you. Thank you. Okay, and Gail is here. Jeff Papke. Is Jeff present? I don't see Jeff. Okay. Teresa Rumble?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So we have Jason Beebe, Patricia Youngman, Gail Merritt, and myself. So hopefully Jeff can catch on shortly.
And me. And Teresa.
And Teresa. Yes, I got Teresa. Thank you. All right. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Forrester, are there any additions to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor, there is one agenda. On the staff reports and requests, we're going to have a short utility mitigation update from Lori Hooper, Senior Accountant.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And that comes under
Staff reports.
staff, okay. Got it. All right. And we're going to dispense with consent agenda. Is Lisa available? I don't see Lisa on board. Wondering if we had any visitors' appearances and requests, comments.
Mr. Mayor, there were none received.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much, James. I appreciate that. We're going to skip council business and go right into staff reports and requests. Lori Hooper.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Council. Lori Hooper, Accounting Manager for the record. I just wanted to give a quick update and recap on where we're at with the delinquent accounts and the utility shutoffs. In July, we implemented the temporary relief credit plan, and we had 32 people sign up for it, and 25 people completed the contract. Finance called over 60 customers, and almost 100 door hangers were sent out to all the customers who were still in danger of being shut off in August. We talked to most of those people as well, warning them of the September shutoffs, and we extended the relief credit due date to try and incorporate these customers. As the September date quickly approached, we found a way to utilize our Corona Relief Fund grant to help our customers who have been unable to pay their bills due to the COVID-19. We sent $8,000 check to St. Vincent de Paul before our September shutoff to support the emergency relief program, and I called them to let them know that we were going to be sending customers their way and that there could potentially be a lot. In September, we ended up with 83 shutoffs. Since that September shutoff, St. Vincent de Paul has paid approximately 26 accounts, totaling roughly $10,000 in water and sewer bills, with the highest bill being $760 in September and the average bill being $350. Shutoff numbers started to trend down, with 60 in October and 35 in November. We did extend the due date for the past due customers in November due to Veterans Day. On December 8th, we had 75 customers who got their water shut off, but almost all of them are turned back on now. We found that the St. Vincent de Paul relationship to be very effective in helping our utility customers get their services restored, and there was an article in the Central Oregon last week that mentioned the city and St. Vincent de Paul partnership. Unfortunately, we're at the deadline for not being able to send more money to St. Vincent de Paul and getting that money reimbursed through our grant, because the Coronavirus Relief Fund, it must be expended by December 30th, and the next shutoff day is on January 12th. Unless there are objections today, I'll be bringing a staff recommendation for the January 4th meeting, asking council to use council donation funds to help support St. Vincent de Paul Emergency Relief Program. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I see Mr. Pappy, Councilor Pappy was able to join us. Thank you, Jeff. Are there any questions? Pretty quiet. So we're going to be discussing this on the January 12th meeting?
Actually, the January 4th meeting, the first shutoffs are on January 12th, and I would like to bring this forward before shutoffs.
But we don't have a January 4th meeting, do we? Have a second and fourth. Second and
Jared,
fourth
would you
Tuesday.
take that, please?
Actually, Mayor, I was going to announce, we announced it at the last council meeting. We actually have a regular council meeting scheduled for January 4th. Pursuant to the code, we're supposed to have one the first Monday of the year. And so this year we'll be having that council meeting on January 4th at 6:30 to do the swearing in of all of the new council members. And it should be a light meeting. Hopefully we would be also taking up this particular action item, but other than that, I don't know if there'll be anything else on that agenda.
Thank you. So I stand corrected. We will have a January 4th meeting. So, all right. Are there any questions for Lori? Okay. Well, hearing none, let's then move on. We have a resolution number 1468, adopting a supplemental budget and making appropriations for the 2019-2021 biennial budget. So, Liz Schutte, are you on?
I am. Can you hear me?
We can. Can you go ahead?
And Mayor, prior to Ms.
Oh,
Schutte making any sort of announcement, we do want to announce this public hearing that has been noticed.
Let me take care of that. The council shall now hold a public hearing regarding resolution 1468, adopting a supplemental budget and making appropriations for the 2019-2021. The hearing will open with a presentation from the city's financial chief officer, Liz Schutte. After Ms. Schutte's presentation, we will give the public an opportunity to provide oral testimony regarding the ordinance. Comments on other matters are not permitted during this public hearing. We will unmute the public line, and if you wish to speak, please do so. Our technology will identify the number and mute any other numbers. I will ask the unmuted speaker to provide your name and address, and then you may present your testimony to the council. After each speaker, I will ask if there is anybody else on the line that wishes to speak regarding the proposed resolution and to that topic only. We will do this until I hear silence. After oral testimony, I will read any written testimony that was presented to the council, after which time I will close the public hearing. We will then discuss the matter as a council, and if anybody wishes to make a motion to approve resolution number 1468, they may so do so. Liz Schutte.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Councilors. Liz Schutte for the record. This supplemental budget affects the wastewater fund and the golf fund. The city goal is fiscal responsibility to provide quality municipal services and programs. And the reason for this consideration is to provide for additional dollars in the golf fund for the irrigation project and operating expenses due to the increased activity. The adjustment recognizes a $500,000 additional revenue with the transfer from wastewater, and it recognizes $100,000 in additional revenue from the increase in activity in golf. In the wastewater fund, the expenditures are being adjusted to increase the transfer of golf for $500,000 and an additional $71,000 to Public Works Administration for the acquisition of an excavator. The $71,000 for the acquisition will be covered by a decrease in capital outlay for $71,000, and the $500,000 will be covered by contingency. The background on this, on August 25th, 2020, the council awarded the bid for the irrigation project at the Meadow Lake Golf Course and approved moving forward with the project. Staff reviewed the most fiscally responsible options to fund the additional dollars and determined that this would be qualified for use of SDC dollars. Additionally, the need for an excavator for the Public Works Department became apparent. With additional dollars available in capital outlay from the FY 2020 year budget, the acquisition was covered. The fiscal impact, total expenditures for the wastewater fund will not change the bottom line of the budget. It will change the appropriation levels and expenditures of capital outlay, transfers, and contingency. In the golf fund, overall revenue and expenditures will increase $600,000. Appropriation levels will be adjusted in expenditures of the golf course budget, waste disposal budget, and contingency. Appropriations in revenues will be adjusted in charges for service, in golf, and for transfers from other funds. The recommendation from staff is the approval of Resolution 1468 for the supplemental budget adjustments to wastewater and golf funds. Is there any questions?
Does the council have any questions at this point? Okay, hearing none, we'll continue with the public hearing. Mr. Wilson, James Wilson, do we have anyone on the phone who would like to speak to the agenda?
There are no callers on the line, and the city did not receive any written testimony for this public hearing.
So we have no one wanting to testify to the council regarding resolution number 1468. Hearing none, I will close the public hearing and move on. Are there any questions from the council about moving forward with this resolution? I'm seeing some head shakes. I'm not hearing any comments. So, hearing no comments, would anyone wish to make a motion to approve resolution number 1468?
This is Councilor Beebe. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 1468.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, Jeff Papke, Councilor Papke has seconded the motion, so we have a motion with a second to approve resolution number 1468, adopting a supplemental budget and making appropriations for 2019-2021 budget year. Again, any questions, concerns? Hearing none, I'm going to go for a roll call vote. How say you, Councilor Beebe?
Aye.
Councilor Youngman?
Aye. Oh,
Councilor
Aye.
Merritt? Councilor Papke?
Aye.
Councilor Rumble?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye as well. So the motion passes unanimously. And that's all we have under resolutions.
Thank you.
Mr. Forrester, I did not see anything else on this other than just the fact of the matter that this is Teresa Rumble's last council meeting. And so we need to say and want to say thank you, Teresa, for her years of service to the community. And Teresa, one of the things, and Steve Forrester suggested we do this, is for each of the council members to come up with one word that sticks in their mind as reflecting your service to our community during your four-year term as counselor. So I'm going to go. There you go. You're on the hot. So, Jason Beebe, what is your one word for Teresa?
Admirable.
I think,
You want
Jason, I think you need to, once we give the one word, tell us why.
Yeah, I chose admirable because I look at the things Teresa has gone through in her personal life, and still made time to serve the community, serve on the boards she does, serve on the committee, and still fought for what she thought was right. So I have admiration for her, but I picture her as admirable for that.
Thank you.
Okay, Janet is not able to be here tonight or this afternoon, and so I asked her for a word, and Teresa's word is educate. And Teresa continues to say she was always trying to educate the citizens of Prineville to participate in the council meetings. Best of luck to Teresa in her future adventures. That's
Thank you.
Janet Hutchison. Patricia.
My word was passionate, because when she has a cause, she throws her whole heart into it, and you know that it is worthy. And she's just admirable, like Jason said, but she's very passionate too.
Thank you.
Gail?
Well, my word for Teresa was also passionate. She has very strong feelings about something and strong beliefs. She's true to herself, empowering and helping others.
Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
Jeff Patsy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Teresa, I thought long and hard about this. I even reached back and looked up some of my old, some stuff we do with kids, and I'm a big strength finders person, if you've ever done that. And as I was looking through the strengths, resiliency is what, to me, exemplifies who you are. Remember when you came into council, and I think we all come in and we have this view of what we think council is going to be like, and how do we represent our constituents, and how do we interact, and it's going to be great. We're going to have these vibrant meetings, and these people are always going to show up. And I just use that as an example because I think that's something we all struggle with. Of at times we are very engaged in our community, but there's also that why does nobody want to come and talk to council face to face? And how do we do that? And I think through everything, all of your different, not causes, but all of the times that you, and I mentioned this before, have always, in my opinion, honestly wanted to represent our citizens of Prineville, which I think we all should do, but you wear that on your sleeve. And there's a lot of struggles we have, and I watched you continually try to, well, if this doesn't work to go down this road, how do we come down? How do we go down a different road? And a no answer is always just a yes to a different question. And so resiliency of you continually trying to do the best you could and be the best representative of all of our citizens and our businesses and our community, resiliency is what stuck to me, and just appreciate serving with you on council.
Thank you.
And my word, Teresa, is dedicated. I think the comments that all of the other council members, especially those that Councilor Papke just mentioned, all demonstrate your dedication to our community, your dedication to your role as a city council member. And I want to thank you personally for all the work that you have put into the job done and done well on behalf of our community. So, Teresa, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
And I believe we will have a certificate to you. I don't have it to be able to pass it off and hand it to you at this point, but we will have that for you. Mr. Forrester, I'm not sure what the logistics are for getting that to Teresa. But.
Yeah, we'll give you a call, Teresa, and have you come down. And just for the record, Teresa, my word for you was actually two words. It was smart, and you fill in the blank, because I could never outdo you when we banter back and forth. But my real word for you was relatable. And time again, Teresa, you took your life experiences, both challenging, both fun, or all, whether it was fun, challenging, all across the different spectrums, you were able to put your causes in relatable terms. And I really think that helped people here at the city, whether it was staff, whether it was your fellow council people, and most importantly, your constituents, really relate to what you were trying to do and who you are as a person. And your best interest for this community was always at the forefront as you related your real life experiences to the challenges we had running the city. Thank you from staff. We appreciate all you brought to the table, and we very much enjoyed your service to Prineville.
Thank you. I appreciate what everyone had to say. I really do. It was a hard choice not to run again for this position. It's something that I love to do. And I've enjoyed this immensely. I enjoy being a part of the community to where I can help choose its destination, or at least steer it in the direction that I thought the community would like to see. I really appreciate everyone through all of my times. I know, of course, I had right off the bat, I had a hip replacement. And then, of course, all of you know, I battled breast cancer, and so far I'm coming out on top. And I appreciate those personal messages and the talks that I had with Steve Forrester, just encouraging me to keep going. Like I said in the last meeting, I made a phone call and thought, I'm not going to be able to juggle all this. And Steve says, nope, we'll figure it out and you'll be just fine, and we're going to move on. And he really stepped up and encouraged me. And I think that's one of the things that helped me through that whole scenario, was being involved and having an outlet where I wasn't just sitting and focusing on the bad, and I was able to contribute some good. So I do appreciate all the staff, all the council members. I enjoyed working with you, and you're not going to get rid of me that easy. I will still be vocal in city council meetings. So you will keep seeing me.
Great, Teresa. Thank you very much. Are there any last comments for Teresa?
Thank you, Teresa. It always seemed to come from your heart.
Thank you.
Yeah, Teresa, we really appreciated all of the support you gave Public Works and all of the different departments. And I think we'll just refer to Ray as a poor man's Teresa Rumble.
All right. Well, that's all I have on my agenda, unless there is anything else that we need to address. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
For my final motion, I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Councilor Rumble. Is there a second to Councilor Rumble's motion?
This is Patricia. I'll second that.
Patricia, thank you very much for seconding that. And so I'll just call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign? Hearing none? We are adjourned, and I have done my last mayor council meeting. So